I read a comment recently that made me feel kind of sad, and I just want to share it with you. As someone who is only just starting to explore what I need to do to have a successful and fulfilling career being a composer, all of that feels really overwhelming, to be honest. You have to be not just a composer, but a performer, and a mix engineer, and a mastering engineer, and an entrepreneur, a copyist, an orchestrator, understand multiple instruments, be a sound designer, and music producer. All these things are fun, but there comes a point where it feels way too much. I just want to write music and make a living from it, and yet the barriers of entry are extremely high, especially when you know very few people who can help because you're too intimidated to make friends with professionals who have the right kind of experience. There, I said it. Still not giving up, but it's hard. In my experience, I've had to do pretty much everything this person mentioned in the comments at least once. But I'm glad that they broke it out into all these individual tasks. So being a composer, a performer, mix engineer, a mastering engineer, entrepreneur. Because when I think about everything as a whole, I get discouraged. But when I think back on all of these tasks that I've had to learn, I remember all of these moments of discovery. That's it! Sandy, where are you? Where are you? Hey, I got it, I figured it out. And I remember learning to be a mix engineer and all that comes along with that. You start figuring out how EQ works and compression works and reverb. And then mastering, that's a totally different animal. You know, you're working with all of these tracks and suddenly you're working with two. And how the slightest processing that could not do much at all to a kick track can suddenly completely enhance or destroy your overall mix. I've had to learn how to run a business. I'm not very good at that is for sure. Websites and now selling sample libraries. There's all that's involved with learning the guts of Kontakt and then distributing the instruments. But I love learning new things. I can say without a doubt that this is not a business you should pursue unless you love. I'm recording audio to Pro Tools and I accidentally hit my elbow on the space bar, so while I figure out why it's not recording, watch this soft drums finger drumming video I made with my friends. I can say with all confidence that this is not a business that you should pursue unless you enjoy learning and you realize that you need to learn a lot. However, I do want to say this, and I promise this is true, so please listen. If you're just getting started, you still have the opportunity to create something, even if you can just plink around on the piano, play a few chords on the guitar, maybe sing a little. You have the opportunity to make something that can connect with someone on a very deep level. Some of my earliest music, and perhaps it was just my friends listening to it because they wanted to like it because they were my friend. But I know that my music was, well, one, played in open heart surgery, which is pretty cool. I know that people played it when they had spiritual awakenings. I know people played it when they went through grief. And whether or not it's positive or negative, that song attaches to that memory and it stays forever. Think about the songs that you know and you love, and it's more to do with the fact that you can connect it to some part of your life. So when you're down on yourself and you think your music's not that good, well, hopefully it's not as good as it's going to be, but I promise there is a place for it somewhere. Even on the business side of things, you know, I write for production music libraries, and there was a track that I wrote in 2004. I didn't put it into the library until later, but I always hung on to that track because I always liked it, and I figured out a way to use the tools that I have. I assume it was Pro Tools. It was probably my Digi 001. I know I plugged my acoustic guitar in and got the piezo direct sound. So one of the traps that we fall into is that we've got to get to a certain level with our skills before anyone will take notice. And I just don't think that's true at all. You know, for me, it's been important to expand my musical horizons by learning all kinds of different instruments because I want to continue to write in different genres and different styles. And when I hear something, I want to be able to communicate it into the computer. But you don't have to do that. I mean, you can be good at electronic music, or you could be a good fingerstyle acoustic guitar player or a violinist, and you can make something that will work and will sound good and can move people if you do it right. Okay, that's slightly beside the point. What's my point again? Discovery. part of the reason why I'm so interested and love this YouTube channel, because it's so new to me. And I know that when I watch other people's videos and I see what they do and the way they tell their stories, the way they communicate to the camera, the way they look so natural, the way they present their material, that, you know, that's what I want to do. And I've got a long way to go to get there. And the only way to do that is to continue to make videos and to put myself out there and watch them back and realize, oh, okay, there's something to work on there. And especially at the beginning of making videos, every single week I learned some new thing that was mind-boggling. And I've also learned that, how many times I should put a learn counter on today's video. What I have learned is that there is something that I'm trying to learn right here, and I don't really have much of an idea at all as to what is next after I learn this thing. I may get past this certain challenge and realize that, oh, okay, I want to go this direction, a way that I never imagined I would want to go. I don't know what the future holds with any business of any kind whatsoever because of the, I don't even want to say these two letters. I do believe moving forward that having multiple skill sets, knowing how to do more than one thing is going to be valuable because of what we have access to. I mean, it used to be that certain professions required certain types of training and certain types of gear that was expensive. And now you can get the training online and you can get the gear for almost nothing. So the barrier to entry is much lower, and it's just time and energy to learn, which takes me back to the original comment. It's a long road, but it's fun. Making music, making videos is amazing that we can even do it. There's a reason why we've all heard the saying that the destination is, that the journey is better than the, that's not right. The journey is better than the destination. I'm missing like a key. I'm missing like the hook of that. The journey is the destination. The journey is better than... This is what happens when I don't script my videos. I would have asked ChatGPT to clarify that for me. I know that most of you who watch my channel or any channel about music are not in the music business. The numbers just don't make sense. I don't think that many people are actively making a living doing music. And I think those of you that are not relying on this for the dollar probably understand it better than us that do, is that it's art and it's fun. Being frustrated might be what we sign up for, and a lot of people quit at the barriers. If you make the barrier small enough and you go learn about how to get over that barrier, then it's just about the next one and the next one and the next one. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Now, I know I got that right. Don't forget about soft drums. Go learn something new today. Take care. Processing that could not do much at all to a kick track can suddenly completely enhance or destroy your overall mix.